Hi everybody, it's Kevin Donka with Donka Drums, and I'm making this video series specifically for the Rudimental Drumming Club of Northern Illinois. We meet the second Saturday of every month in Woodstock, Illinois from 10 till 1. And we're starting work on our rudiment sheet, courtesy of the Boston Crusaders Drum and Bugle Corps. If you don't have the sheets, you can go to our Facebook page, Rudimental Drumming Club of Northern Illinois, and click on the Files tab, and you'll be able to download that sheet, which Colin McNutt of the Boston Crusaders gave me permission this summer. I asked him if I could share this with our drumming club, and he said, absolutely, please go ahead. So thank you to Colin for that. What's really interesting about the Boston Crusaders rudiment sheet is that instead of playing the rudiments that we would typically play in 16th note form, for example, let's say we played 4 paradiddles and 4 counts of flam taps. 1, 2, ready, go. We play 16th notes, right? Well, everything on the Boston Crusaders rudiment sheet is based around triplets. So instead of playing 4 paradiddles and 4 16th note or 4 counts of 16th note flam taps, we're going to play 4 triplet flam accents followed by flam taps in triplet form. So example, 1, 2, ready, go. So we keep those triplets going. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 1. So that's kind of interesting. That adds some creativity, another layer of difficulty. Nothing too difficult, but it's a different way to play these, so I really appreciate that. And for our sake, in the Rudimental Drumming Club, we're going to play with the technique and style, at least for these, the way that modern drum and bugle corps does, which would mean taps are 3 to 4 inches, accents are 9 to 12 inches. And we would also have a grace note height. However, when things are played at a quicker pace, the grace notes are typically played the same height as the taps unless it's a low flam. Then you would just make sure the grace note's lower than the tap. But for our purposes, instead of playing slow flam accents, we would have an accent height, a grace note height, and then 2 taps up here. We're going to have just the 2 heights, the tap height and the accent height. And that allows us to get a good flam because we're coming from here, right? We've still got that difference in height to get a really good flam. So anyway, I think that's everything I need to set you up with. I'm going to play the first 6 lines of the 12 lines on the first page, and I'm going to go through them rudiment by rudiment with a couple of different suggestions on how to play things in case you've forgotten or in case you never learned it the specific way. So the first two, the first rudiment we're going to learn is flam accents. So we're going to start with 4 counts of triplets, and then we're going to flam the accents. So that would be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into flam into flam into flam into flam into. Okay? Now, the reason we want to play those first is because after those first 2 bars, we are going to introduce each rudiment with 4 counts of flam accents. So you make sure you have good flam accents. And when you play a flam accent, we want to have a controlled stroke, right? We're going to hit an accent and allow it to bounce up to tap height. We're not going to do a downstroke where we stop it here and then lift to play that next one. We're going to play it, let it bounce up to here, and then you've got 3 strokes in a row that you just nice and loose rebound strokes. But that last one is actually an upstroke. You're going to pick it up for the next accent. So that's how we play flam accents. Nice and relaxed. Make sure you get those nice legato rebound strokes in there. Okay. So 4 counts of triplets and 4 counts of flam accents. We'll play that twice at 120. 1, 2, ready, go. So make sure you have those nice accent heights, nice tap heights, and again, the grace note for the flam is going to be the same height basically as the inner taps. All right, so now that we have the flam accents down, let's go to flam taps. There are several different ways to play flam taps. You can play them low with no accents. You can play them high with no accents. You can play them with one accent. Those are harder. Most of the time what we do is we just let and by the way, it's 3 strokes that overlap, right? The right hand does this, the left hand does this, and you overlap. So the way that these are written, it's written as 2 accents and a tap. Oh, I'm sorry, it's all accents. Yeah. So we're going to play. The only thing is that third stroke does need to be lower so that you can get a good flam. You don't want to be going with your grace notes way up there. So what you're actually going to do is you're going to let those notes kind of decay. That way, that last note is going to be low enough that you can get a good flam. Okay, so let's play 4 counts of flam accents and 4 counts of flam taps. Now, here's the thing. Flam taps are slower when they're played as triplets, so make sure you don't rush. Feel that beat. 1, 2, ready, go. So it did take me a minute to play it at the right tempo. I was rushing at the beginning there. So you're going to play each of these 2-bar phrases twice. All right, so the third one is the flam paradiddle. Now, again, this is one where you're not used to playing this rudiment over triplets. So it's paradiddle, 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 blah. That's the triplet, right? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 1. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 1. So let's just do paradiddles. That's the tempo. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for a flam paradiddle, we actually have 4 beats in a row. We play. So we play. So again, you have an accent that you allow to rebound up to your tap height. You're not going to stop it here and then lift to play those taps. So you let it bounce up to your 3 or 4 inch height, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you do is you allow those to rebound, and you just relax your fingers and let them go. And the last one, you just squeeze a tiny bit. And actually, you don't squeeze on the last one. You're going to lift because you've got an upstroke there for that next flam. So anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on each rudiment, how to play it. So let's play the second line, first 2 bars. So 4 counts of flam accents followed by 3 flam paradiddles, which brings you onto the left the second time through. You're going to do 4 flam accents beginning on the left, and then when you do the 3 flam paradiddles, to bring you back to the right for the next one. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, now, excuse me. Next thing we have is the single flammed mill. Now, this has gone by various names over the years, but it is called a single flam mill. It's basically an inverted. You're going to, instead of paradiddle, you're going to do a diddle para, right? Diddle is any 2 strokes with the same hand. Para means the opposite hand. So you've got diddle para, diddle para, diddle para, diddle para, and then you're going to flam that diddle. That's a flam mill. Now, there are 2 ways to play those, with 1 accent, or the way that they do it in Boston, and that is with 2 accents. And what's interesting with playing it with 2 accents is you got to make sure you don't try to play both those accents. You want to let that first one be a total rebound. So practice that. Practice being able to play 2 beats in a row, both accents, nice and easy. So then you've got the 2 accents. You let that last one control up to 3 for that tap. So let's play the end of line 2. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. So that's the Flam mill. Okay, now we've got Flam paradiddle-diddle. Now, for some reason, most people do not alternate paradiddle-diddles. And well, the reason is it's really hard to do. It's easy to play them all in a row on the right or on the left. It's harder to alternate them. You got to have a lot of speed to do that. Now, luckily, we're just going to do these at the same triplet speed, but we're going to do flamadiddle-diddle, flamadiddle-diddle, and then you're going to alternate. So you've got flamadiddle-diddle. There's the upstroke to be able to get that next flamadiddle-diddle, flamadiddle-diddle. See that upstroke there? All right, so let's try that at 120. 1, 2, ready, go. So that's the Flam paradiddle-diddle. And the next thing we have is the Pataflaflas. Now again, this is one of those that we typically play as 16th notes rather than triplets. So we've got to be able to get that feeling. 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, and then add the flams. Now, I am going to recommend that you also do this whole sheet left-handed because many of these do not go off the left. But what's interesting with the Pataflafla is many people think they're playing good Pataflaflas, but they're not. And the way you know is you have them play only one on the drum and one on their leg. So you got the two quick strokes followed by an upstroke and an accent. And they should sound like 1/16th note and I'm sorry, 1/8 note and 2/16th notes. The left hand basically does the same thing, but you start with the 2 note. So the 3 notes, you've got an accent followed by 2 low notes. So if they play the right-handed Pataflaflas, right hand on the leg, you should be able to hear that da-da, ba-da-da, 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 ba-da, nice and even. Most people cannot play it that way, so I recommend that you practice. And that way you'll get your Pataflaflas. Really nice Pataflaflas. Now again, we're going to do it as triplets. 2, 3, 4. So let's play 4 Flam accents and 3 Pataflaflas. And this one does not switch hands, but again, I think it'd be worthwhile to play it off the left. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so we are halfway through. Let's go to Swiss Army triplets. Swiss Army triplets are pretty easy. They're right, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left. And they're going to accent both of those. And again, this is really good to be able to get that first legato stroke. Don't try to play all those. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's do the 4 counts of Flam accents, followed by 4 Swiss triplets. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, the next one is inverted Flam taps. So, most people have a hard time playing these. Again, you've got to do the, and this hand too. Oh, sorry. So the good news is that when we play them as triplets, they're not as fast. So let's go ahead and play that. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, next is flam drags. Flam drags are just like tap drags, but you're going to flam that accent. Now, the mistake most people make when they play flam drags is they have that first, that grace note for the flam, and then they just leave it down there and they try and play that diddle from way down there. You've got to make sure that you're getting it up to playing height. So you're getting a nice strong drag. In fact, it might even help to put the accent on the drag. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and then put it on both. And then just back off that accent on the drag so you get... Okay, so 4 counts of flam accents, 4 counts of flam drags. 1, 2, ready, go. One more note about flam drags. By making sure that after the flam, you play that drag from tap height, you're not in danger of just dropping that and getting sloppy with your counts. Also, make sure that you're not putting too much space in there. We don't want it based off 16th notes and 8th notes. We want it triplets. Okay, now the next one is what's called a Swiss-addle. This is the first real hybrid rudiment that I think they're showing here. So a Swiss-addle is nothing more than a Swiss triplet followed by a flam tap. So we're going to do 1 and a 2 and so you're going to do 2 of those and then another flam tap to take you to the left hand to finish out the bar of triplets. So that should be pretty easy for you to figure out. I'm going to go ahead and play this. 1, 2, ready, go. Whoops, actually I rushed it. 1, 2, ready, go. So I need to practice this at this slower 120 tempo here. I usually play this quite a bit faster, but it shows, this is the thing, playing at different tempos, it shows you your weak spots. So I definitely have to work on that a little bit. All right, last line here. The next one is what we call a choo-choo. We used to call this a paraflittle because it's like a paradiddle with a flam on the diddle, or a paraflam tap, it was also called. But again, it's not being done in 16th note form, it's being done over the triplets. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, now the flam is written on the repeat, on the first flam accent. I don't know if they play that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. But if you're having a little trouble playing that last flam, you can just take it off. So here we go. We're going to do the line choo-choo, which is the first 2 bars of the 6th line. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, and then the last one is what we call cheeses. And cheeses are nothing more than a flam accent with a diddle or drag, whatever you want to call it, on the accent. So instead of flam accents, we're going to diddle. Now, make sure that you don't crush that diddle because you are coming from an accent height. You don't want to go. You want to make sure it's 2 good strokes. But don't open them up because they have to be exactly twice the speed as the triplets. So let's go ahead and play the Flam accents and the cheeses. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so that's the first half of page 1. I'm going to go ahead and play this all the way from the beginning through where we stopped at the end of the cheeses. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Remember to accent or repeat each 2 bars. Flam paradiddles. Single flam mills. Flam paradiddle-diddle. Pataflaflas. Swiss Army triplets. Inverted flam taps. And flam drags. Swiss-addles. Choo-choos. And cheeses. Okay, I'd like to play that just a little bit faster for you guys. Okay, we'll do 132. Same thing, from the top all the way through the cheeses. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so there you go. I know this is a long video, but I want to make sure you guys understand exactly what we're playing. So like I said, check out our Facebook page, Rudimental Drumming Club of Northern Illinois. Click on the Files tab to get all of our books that we have on there, to download them for free, the Rudiment Sheet. And I hope to see you on Saturday. And it'll be from 10 to 1. If you have any questions, call me. My phone number is 847-708-9182. Look forward to seeing you guys.